Edward and Connie Sumner live in upscale Westchester County, New York with their 8-year-old son, Charlie. Their marriage is loving but monotonous and complacent. While shopping in Soho, the wind knocks Connie into a man, and they fall over. The man, Paul Martell, invites her to his apartment to treat her scraped knee.
You a writer?
He cleans and ices her leg, then puts his hand on hers. Connie gives him her first name only. Paul insists she take a book before she leaves, pointing out a passage about seizing the moment. His number is inside the book. Connie calls him from Grand Central Station. Paul invites her over, and they flirt again.
But I can't stay very long. I have some errands I have to run.
On her third visit, they dance and have sex. Connie is simultaneously turned on and terrified at what she is doing. She finds excuses to continue visiting Paul. Edward becomes suspicious when he catches Connie in a lie.
You're the only thing in my mind to the city and see you.
Edward fires an employee for perceived disloyalty. The employee, who's seen Connie and Paul together, tells him to look at his own family. Edward hires a private investigator and is devastated to see photos confirming the affair. Connie forgets to pick up Charlie from school and decides to end the affair. She drives to Paul's to tell him, but spots him with another woman. She jealously confronts him, and they argue. She questions him about the number of women he is seeing. Paul contradicts himself and claims the other woman is only a friend. Connie angrily calls him a liar and pushes him out of her way, telling him to stay away from her. She storms out of his apartment, but he catches up and forces himself on her. She surrenders herself and has passionate sex with him in the hallway. Connie leaves, narrowly missing Edward. Paul lets Edward in, and Edward is stunned to find a snow globe he had given Connie. He fractures Paul's skull with it, killing him. While cleaning up the evidence, he overhears Connie's voice message ending the affair. Edward erases it and puts Paul's body in the trunk of his car before dumping it in a landfill. NYPD detectives find Connie's number at Paul's and visit the Sumners. His estranged wife has reported him missing. Connie is surprised he had a wife, and claims she barely knows him. The cops later return when Paul's body is found. They and Edward notice Connie's reaction to the news. At the dry cleaner, Connie finds the photos of her and Paul in Edward's clothes. She is distraught. At a party that night, she finds the snow globe back in their collection and realizes he caused Paul's disappearance. When she confronts him, he accuses her of cheating. He confesses he wanted to kill her, not Paul. Days later, Connie discovers a hidden compartment in the snow globe, where years earlier Edward had placed a photograph of them and infant Charlie, with the message "To my beautiful wife, the best part of every day." Realizing how much he loved her, she gives Edward a look of remorse. She burns the incriminating photographs. Edward says he will turn himself in, but she objects, saying they will find a way to move on. They briefly return to a normal life together. On their way home one evening, Edward stops at a red light. Connie falls into an escape fantasy that they could leave the country and assume new identities, and Edward agrees it sounds perfect. Consoling her as she cries, it is revealed that Edward has stopped the car next to a police station.
Please subscribe for more movie